I'm going to show you some triads and simple movable shapes that you can use on the neck to harmonize a major scale. And I know many of you have seen some of this before, but I just thought I would lay it out so you can really digest it. If I have a video illustrating how it looks on the neck and some fretboard grids that I can superimpose on the video, I think that will help. So here's a basic shape that comes from an E major chord. An E major chord looks like this. Now, in the middle of this chord, or in the middle of the neck on strings 2, remember our strings are numbered from the top. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And on strings 2, 3, and 4, I actually have this shape. Open. Then I have first fret on the 3rd string and 2nd fret on the 4th string. Those 3 notes are actually happening in the middle of this chord. I happen to be fingering these 2 notes with these 2 fingers. So that shape becomes movable. Now, the difference between a major chord and a minor chord, I'm now on a G major triad. G, B, D are my 3 notes. The difference between a major triad and a minor triad, you lower the middle note of the triad. Now, whenever you lower a note on the guitar, you move it that way on the same string. So basically, I'm moving this note down to here. I'm doing it this way. When I lift this finger up, this finger has to cover that note. So now my first finger here is covering 2 notes, 2 strings, I should say, with 1 finger. So major and minor. Now, as I go up the neck of the guitar, starting on this note, which is G, and again, to revisit a concept that I think I've shown everyone, this is an octave on the guitar. I skip over a fret this way, and I skip over a string. Those 2 notes are an octave apart. So, if this is G, then this is G. A G major scale on this string looks like this. Now, because you all know that a fret is 1/2 step, 2 frets is a whole step. So as I go up the neck, I'm just going whole. From here, I'm going up a whole step, a 1/2 step, whole step, whole step, whole step, 1/2 step. And that's the structure of a major scale. So if I harmonize this scale, the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord are major. So I'll use this shape. And the 2, 3, and 6 chords are minor, so I'll use this shape. So now all I need to do is put this finger on those scale notes, and I've got the harmony. There's 1, here's 2, that's minor, here's 3, also minor, here's 4, here's 5, 6, now 7 is diminished. To create a diminished triad, I take the minor structure that I have now, and I'm going to lower the top note of those 3, and the resulting shape, starting on the 7th note of the scale, which is right here, will be, I can play it with 4th finger, 2nd finger, and 1st, or 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. That's a little awkward because I've got an empty fret in here between these 2 fingers, and it requires an awkward stretch. I prefer this. And then I'm back to 1. So, major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, and major. Second, when I move to 3rd string, 2nd string, 1st string, the shape has undergone a shift between these 2 notes. So, now my major triad is 5th fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret. So these 2 fingers are stacked on top of each other, playing the same fret. This shape comes from a major chord rooted on the 5th string. That's an open A chord. The top 3 notes I'm playing are those 2 and then this open note back here. So that becomes a movable shape. And when I put it here, it's a C. So this is major. If I lower the middle note of this chord, again, lower it means move it that direction. I've lowered it by 1 fret. Major, minor, major, minor. Now, as before, I take the minor chord and I lower the top note and it becomes diminished. Minor and diminished. Minor and diminished. So I have major, minor, and diminished. Now if I move up the scale, starting on the 3rd string, my scale is now a C major scale. Up a whole step, up a whole step, up a half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, and my chords are C, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and C major.